We're going to chapter 16, the importance of good communication in business. First, what is communication? Communication means encoding and decoding of information. Information is being passed across. So I'm passing, right now, as I'm talking to you, as I'm speaking with you, I'm passing information. So if you are able to understand whatever I am saying, that means the communication becomes effective. So I'm passing a message to you, I'm passing information to you, and you understood this information. So this is what communication is about, encoding and decoding of information. So let's go down to see what they wrote here. There's a case study, we don't need that now. Let's go down. So communication, what is communication? Communication is about sending and receiving information. Like I told you earlier, it's about encoding and decoding information. I send, then you understand, you receive the message. That is what communication is about. I think it's clear. So the process of communication, we have the sender, the message itself, the receiver, and the feedback. As I'm passing a message to you, I'm the sender. The information I'm passing to you is the message. You are receiving it, you are the receiver, right? So as you are receiving it, I need a feedback, a response from you. So the feedback is the response. Do you understand? There's sending, processing, receiving, and feedback. That is how it works, cyclical. Is it clear?
Sending, receiving.
Sending, receiving, and feedback. It's cyclical. Is it clear? So how does communication take place? So we have, the communication could be downward or upward. So we start with downward here. So inside the business, message can be passed vertically, upward or downward, and horizontal from side to side. These routes are called communication channels. So we have communication channels which can be downward or upward. So for downward communication, what does this imply? It involves managers giving information or instruction to their subordinates. We call it downward. So the manager is at the top, right? Yeah. Passing information down to the subordinates. That's why it is downward communication. Do you understand what downward communication is here? The manager is at the top. The manager is always at the top, yes? And he or she has its subordinates. Subordinates, those that are working under the manager. There's a span of control. Span of control means the number of subordinates under a manager. So the manager is passing message down to his subordinate to carry out certain things, to carry out certain function or task. That is downward communication. Downward communication. The manager is passing message across. Do you understand what downward communication is here? Do you understand, please? So for downward communication, it means the manager is passing message to below to its subordinates. Subordinates are people that work under the manager. I think that's clear. So downward communication is important because one, what are the importance of downward communication? One, subordinates look to their managers for leadership and guidance. So one of the advantages of having downward or downward communication is that subordinates, those that are working under the manager, will be looking forward to their manager to get information, to get guidelines on how to do things. So that means the manager will be passing the right message to his subordinate or to our subordinates to carry out the right job. You know, when you are expecting your manager to, you are expecting information from your manager before you act. You want to do it, but you are waiting for your manager to give you the information before you do. That means your manager won't give you a wrong information because the manager, he knows more. So you'll be getting better information from your manager to carry out your task. That is one of the benefits of downward communication. Do you get the point or not? Do you get it or not?
Yes, I get it.
Second, it allows the decision made by management to be carried out by employees. So because it is downward communication, managers are the management, yes or no? They represent the owners of the business. So whatever they say represents the owners of the business. So that means whatever the managers tell you to do is what you are going to do. So that means the managers will be acting on behalf with the interest of the company. So they wouldn't want the company to go down because if the business expands or if the business succeeds, it is good for the managers. The managers become big managers. So as a result, they would always give information that would make the business to succeed. That's another benefit. Is it clear? Yes. The third one, it allows managers to command, control, and organize. So the manager is passing information down, right? Because he is the one passing information down, he would always check. He will be waiting for your feedback. Yes or no? He will be waiting for your feedback. So your feedback will tell the manager if you have done it well or not. Do you get it? So we're talking about the advantages of downward communication. The first one I talked about is that it brings about leadership. subordinates will be looking forward to their leader or manager to give them information. And managers will not give wrong information. That's the first one. The second one is that it allows decision making regarding management interest. So whatever they do, because it's downward communication, the manager is representing the company, the interest of the company. So the manager, whatever information is passing down, are information that would help us make the business to succeed. And the third one is that because the manager has passed the information, he will be expecting a feedback from you. So the last one is about allowing managers to command and control and organize. So with the managers have passed message across, yes or no? So the message they passed across means that you should give them feedback. You should respond. So your response will tell them if you have done it well or not. That is downward communication. Is it clear? Is it clear, please?
Yes.
Okay. So we go on. We go to upward now. For upward communication often involves workers giving feedback to managers. So, however, it might also involve requests by workers. They may need more resources. For example, upward communication is helpful because one. So before we go to what upward communication, how it is helpful. Upward communication means that the message is being passed from the bottom to the top.
From
the bottom to the top. That is upward. Yeah, the opposite of downward. Do you understand what upward is here? So for upward communication, it could be that the workers are making some requests. They need some things to the managers. That's the first one. Or maybe they are giving feedback to the manager.
Or maybe asking for some for a solution. For example.
Yes. Yes, it could be that's a request too. So it's either the manager, the workers are giving feedback to the manager, or they're making requests from to the manager. They're making requests from the manager. Do you understand? So what are the benefits of upward communication? One, it helps managers to understand the views and the needs of subordinates. Now that workers are able to say their mind, they are able to say their mind by passing the message from the bottom to the top. This allows manager to know what is in the mind of the workers. Yes or no? Not always you passing message. Now you are receiving message from them. You will be receiving information that they need that are important to them. You will get them.
This is the work of the manager. Sometimes it's the work.
It is the work of them, but if you allow your subordinates to pass information to you, you might be able to understand their views, how they feel. Do you understand? The second one may make managers aware of problems. They might be giving managers information about the problems of the business that the managers are unable to see. But because they are there, they are the one working, they might see the problem. And with upward communication, they'll be able to pass those information, the problem of the information, to the manager. Is it clear? The third one, help staff to feel that they are valued. When you allow workers to pass information to you, they will feel that they are also important in the business. Do you understand? The third one helps staff to feel that they are valued, right?
Yes.
What it simply means is that if upward communication is allowed, it makes workers who passes this information to feel valued, like they are important in the organization too. When workers are giving information to the manager, they feel important too. Do you understand now? And the last one, provide managers with information to help make decisions. When you make requests as workers, or when you give feedback to the manager, at least information is going to the manager. This might allow the manager to make the right decision. You get it? So this is the difference between upward communication and downward communication. So go to horizontal communication. For horizontal communication, this means you are exchanging information between yourselves. The same rank, you are exchanging information. You are in the same level, and you are passing information within the same level. You are a manager, I am a manager. We are passing message to ourselves. This is horizontal communication. He's an accountant, she's an accountant, they are passing message across to themselves. That is horizontal communication. Is it clear? So for horizontal communication, it occurs when workers on the same level in the organization exchange information. I think the point is clear there. We have case study, is not important. We'll go down. Are you there? So we're going to types of communication now. We have internal and external. Why do we call it internal? We call it internal because it takes place inside or within the business. So it is internal communication because it takes place within the business. Is it clear? Example, a manager giving a warning to subordinates for reported lateness, for repeated lateness. So one of the examples of internal communication is that your manager might give you a warning letter because you are coming late to work. That is internal communication, isn't it? A board meeting director where a board meeting where directors are discussing a possible merger. It is also internal. Managers are sitting down or directors are sitting down discussing something. It is internal communication, isn't it?
Yes.
Do you understand internal communication here? So we go to external. For external communication, it means that the information is being passed outside the business. Across. You are passing information outside to outsiders, to external people, to other people that are not within the organization. That is external communication. So here they wrote, external communication occurs when business exchange information with people and organizations outside the business. Inside the business is internal. Outside the business is external. Is it clear? So, and for external, a statement from a credit card company is an external. A focus group where people from the marketing department discuss products with members of the public. These are external. Are they not external? What? A statement from a credit card company. Maybe you have a credit card. So at the end of the month, you have used certain amount of money. You need a feedback from the bank.
This is that.
This is external. Do you get it? So we go to another one, which is formal and informal education or communication. Are you there? So we call it formal communication because, okay, let's say formal communication is, it means you are using the right channel of communication. It is formal. It is official. Do you understand? So it is official because you are using the right channel. You don't get it. Formal communication means that you are communicating officially. Official means that what you are doing the right thing. How government wants you to do it, that's what you are doing. That is formal. For informal, this could be message passed across anywhere. It could be gossips, it could be reports, whatever it is. But the information is being passed, not in an official way. Do you get it or not? Formal communication means you are passing information officially. Informal means that you are not passing you are passing information, but it is not official. That is informal. Do you get it now? Okay. Are you writing something? Okay. The next paragraph. Communication often takes place between groups. This can be both formal and informal. Formal groups are those set up by businesses. By business, they are often shown on organization charts as department. Examples of informal groups might be. So for communication, here we're talking about other ways which communication takes place through group of people. You can take communication can start between group of people. It is also communication when we sit together and we're passing information. That is communication. Do you get it? So this can be both formal and informal. Formal groups are those set up by the business. They are often shown on organizational chart as department. Examples of internal groups might be: one, employees who meet outside work at support clubs, local churches, and social clubs. 2, families are very close friends who work in a different department. 3, groups of workers that started together or trained together. So for formal group, for informal groups, there might be, for informal communication, it could be we going outside to gist, to gossip about things. It is not official. We are in our break time, so we can discuss whatever we like. That is informal communication. Do you get informal there?
Formal.
Informal.
Formal.
Informal education. Informal.
Yes.
This is when you are passing information outside the business.
Yes.
It is informal. For example, you are gossiping, you are talking about somebody in the workplace. But because you are not at workplace, nobody is going to hold you for that. Do you understand now?
Yes.
It is informal because we can talk anywhere we like, we can talk anything. It's our business. Do you understand informal there? Okay. Shall we move on, please? Okay. Are you done? I thought you were highlighting. You finished your highlighting? Okay, we move on then. So we go to the importance of good communication in business. Are you there? All right. If internal communication is poor, problems can arise. As a result, efficiency and profitability may suffer. Poor communication can lead to mistakes, wasted resources and confusion. It can lead to workers not understanding what they have to do. Poor motivation and to some work being accidentally repeated. Poor external communication can make the business look foolish and may cost it money. For example, if prices on a company's website are set too low by mistake, this could lead to a flood of online orders. This may have to be accepted at a loss. Poor communication with outsiders could also damage an image of the company. The main effect of communication on the summarized the main effect of communication on the business are summarized with figure 4. So what they are talking about is that communication is important. And if there's poor communication, it will affect your operation. You won't be doing well because you have passed wrong information to your workers. That is poor communication. And because you pass wrong information to your workers, they might be acting wrongly. You get the point? They might be acting because the communication is poor. So whatever the way they have to do might be poor too. I've given you a wrong information. That means you are going to do a wrong thing. That's the point there. Did you get poor communication here? If the communication is poor, if the information you are giving out is poor, what you should be expecting is poor results. Do you get it? So go to the importance of good communication in business again. 1. Okay, let's start, right? So the importance of good communication in business, that's where we are. So we're going to the effects of poor communication. When communication is poor, when communication is not effective, what are the problems you can encounter? Number 1, mistakes occur. Because you didn't do it right, there is mistake. Do you get it? That's the first thing. Because you didn't do it right, there's mistake. The second one, cost rise. If a construction project is delayed owing to a breakdown in communication, financial penalties might be incurred. If there is poor communication, he said, if a construction project is delayed using a breakdown in communication, financial penalties might be incurred. If, as a business, you are unable to fight or to promote your page and someone else do, it means you will be paying more than what you are supposed to pay. Do you get it or not? Cost will rise. They said if a construction project is delayed owing to a breakdown in communication, financial penalties might be incurred. Cost will rise if there's poor communication. when you are doing something. You did not communicate with people. Cost. Cost of production will rise. You are supposed to pass information to your subordinates. You did not pass the information to them. They did it on their own. When they make mistakes, you pay for them. You pay for the mistakes. Yes. And you did not communicate with him.
Yes.
Do you get it now? That's the second one. The third one, decision making slow down. If information takes too long to reach its destination, there may be a delay in decision making. This could result in business missing out on on important opportunity. Information takes too long to reach everywhere, but every day managers must take decision.
Every day.
Yes, because managers deal with day in, day out activity. Do you understand? So if information takes too long to reach its destination, if information takes too long to reach its destination, it means whatever you do, you won't do it well. You will be waiting for those information before you make your decision. As a manager, you are waiting for information, right? Maybe upward communication. You were waiting and the message did not come. That might force you to take a wrong decision. Or you continue to wait until the information comes. So if you have to wait until the information comes, that means you are delaying your production.
You should, the manager should do a meeting like this.
The manager needs to make decisions, yes? For you to make decisions, you need information, yes or no? But this information is still on transit from Sharamada to wherever it has to get to. So if this information doesn't get there, I won't be able to take decision. Do you get it or not? So if you are unable to get the information, it is a poor communication. And because it is poor communication, you will act poorly. Is it clear? And the last one, staff motivation servers. Poor communication can be frustrating. Poor communication can frustrate employees and could result in higher absenteeism and staff turnover. The last problem about communication is that when communication is not prompt, workers are not getting the information. They won't feel great. They won't feel great. Downward communication means the manager is passing information to the workers. So the workers continue to wait and wait and wait for the manager, and the manager is not forthcoming. So what can they do? They find solution to it. The workers are waiting for the manager to give decision. The manager is not giving decision. What would the workers do? They can't wait forever, yes or no? So they don't feel happy about it. They might leave your company. Do you get it now? So workers now start losing interest in your company. Your workers, they don't want to work with you anymore. Do you understand? So these are the effects of poor communication. Any question about it? So we're going to methods of communication now. So we're going to methods of communication. We're starting with face-to-face communication. For face-to-face communication, this takes place when spoken information is exchanged by people who can see each other we can see each other. This face-to-face communication. So face-to-face communication is effective. Why is it effective? Because you understand the body language. I will understand if you understand what I'm saying or you don't understand. Feedback will be given immediately. Do you get it?
Without thinking.
Yeah, it is face-to-face because you are communicating with that individual that is in front of you. Do you understand what face-to-face is here?
Yeah.
So what are the advantages? The advantages of face-to-face. One, it allows immediate feedback. Yeah, if I'm communicating with you right now, I need a response right now. So I can get a response immediately. That's an advantage. Two, encourages cooperation. That means The third advantage is encourages cooperation. How does it encourage cooperation? We have started this communication, right? We wouldn't have started this if you and I do not agree. That is cooperation. Do you understand? Agreement. The third one allows new ideas to be generated. So in the course of we passing information to each other, we'll come up with new ideas. Yes or no? And the last one, it saves time. It saves time because I'm not going to wait until you come back to give me feedback. You're giving me the feedback right now. Is it clear? So what are the problems about face-to-face communication? One, negative body language may create a barrier. So if you're not responding well with your body language, I get to know, then we might not flow well.
What's very
Problem.
problem?
Yeah. Two, a record of the message may not be kept. If we are just communicating without records, how do we refer back to these things? Face-to-face communication does not need recording. So if you did not record, how do you refer back to this information? But we are using Zoom right now. So it's face-to-face communication, but we are using Zoom for recording. So, but a face-to-face communication, if record is not done, that means you cannot go back to it. That's the problem. Do you get it? The third one, non-relevant information may be included. In the course of we are studying business, we might divert into something else. Do you understand? The next one, in a meeting, some people may not listen. Some people may not, you might not concentrate. I have to say, oh, are you sure you are here or you're not here? Even in the class, sometimes I look at the students and I feel like, oh, some of them are not here. I call their names and say, I call their names and, hey, are you here or you're not here? You get it? Limits to the number reached, for example, by the capacity of largest meeting room. So for face-to-face communication, if it is limited to the capacity, as I am teaching you right now here, those outside there will not know what we are doing here. So they can't get the information, except if they become part of us here. So that's another problem. It's limited to the capacity. Is it clear? Yeah. So we go to written communication. For written communication, it means we are writing. It's a method of writing to pass information or typing. Do you get it? So examples are letters. Letters, you write a letter, you are passing the information through the letter. Then you send it through post. That is letter. I think it's clear. For reports, you are passing information. That is formal. You are giving a report, a feedback about something. That's what report is. It's written communication too. Clear? Is it clear, please? For memorandums, they are short written notes for internal communication. In companies, in businesses, they use internal communication, which is memo. They just write a memo. You see it attached to the board. They are internal memo. It's also written communication. Forms. They say forms are used to communicate routine information. When you have to do some things, oh, your name, address, age, country, nationality. These are also written communication. They are forms. Is it clear? Yeah. Then notice boards. For notice boards, you know notice boards, you can get information from there. If your school wants to pass information, they can pass it through notice board. Is it clear? So these are different methods of communication. So we're going to electronic communication now. Are you there? Yeah. For electronic communication, it means you are passing message through electronic means, like emails, internet. That is electronic communication. So email, you know what email is, right? Sending message electronically. You're sending message through internet. The internet, we know the internet. The internet can be used for internal or external communication. You can use the internet either for internal or external. Okay. So here it said the internet can be used for internal and external communication. Many businesses use their own website to provide a wide range of information. The internet can be used to market products by displaying them on shopping sites. You can use the internet to market your products. You are communicating your product. You are letting customers to know about your products. It's communication. You are passing information about your products to customers. It's communication.
Like we have an app
for your business. Yeah, that is communication. Allow customers to buy products with credit and debit cards. You can sell online. Do you understand? That is still internet. Provide general information about the history and nature of the business. You need to know more about a business, you can go to their websites. Clear? Advertise jobs to people inside and outside the business. your company might advertise, because in your website, you might have career for jobs. So people might click on it to see if there's vacancy. It is still internal and it's communication. Is it clear? Obtain information about potential suppliers. You can get information about suppliers too via the internet. Do you get that? Deal with. These are what internet is being used for. Then we have another electronic method of communication, which is mobile phones. You know mobile phones? Yeah, we are still talking about it. We talked about obtaining information about potential suppliers.
You stopped that video converse conversing. This one,
Where?
here.
No, we are on internet and we're talking about the use of the internet.
Yes.
We talked about obtaining information about potential suppliers. That was the last night I talked about, which means you can get information about customer suppliers that you are about to start using. That's what it means. Deal with customer queries online. So if customers have complaints, you can deal with it online. They send it via internet and you get it. And you can also respond to them. Then we go to mobile phone, which is another method of electronic communication. Calling. You call. Mobile phone. Then we have the social media. For social media, it means maybe the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, where you can use it in passing information. Do you understand that? Then we have intranet. Intranet is not the same as internet. For intranet, they said an intranet is where all the computers in a particular department or organization are linked together. For intranet, it means using computer information within the company. It is intra.
Yes.
So information is passed across, but within the company, that is intranet. For internet, it is in and out. Yes. Do you understand the difference between intranet and internet? For intranet, companies use it for their own internal communication. Clear? Video conferencing and teleconferencing. These are also, they said, video conferencing allows people in different locations to have face-to-face meetings, like Zoom. Yes. That's a video conference too. Is it clear? Yes. Then we have the PA system, public address system. Hello, how are you? Where are you? Hello, something like that. They use it to pass a big mic to talk. So that's also another way to communicate with people, to pass information, especially for large audience. And the last one here is electronic notice boards. These perform a similar function to PA system, except that written messages, pictures, videos, and sound are used. Electronic boards.
Smart board.
No, electronic boards that you see in the road. Notice boards. Yeah, they display things on it. Yes, it's communication. They use it to pass message. They display visuals on it. So these are different communication methods. We have electronical, we have written, we have electronical, written, and what? Electronical method, written method, and what? That's the two we have, right? And we have face-to-face. And we have face-to-face. And those are the three methods of communication. I think they are clear. So we have the multiple choice questions. So 1, which of the following is an example of external communication? External. External.
A.
Sending a customer information about a special offer. The rest are internal. Good. Question 2, which of the following is a disadvantage? Hold on, sorry, please. Hold on, please. Yeah, the first question says, which of the following is an example of external communication? Sending the customer information about a special offer, department staff meeting, training session for a new recruit, presentation by the chairman to the senior management team. So what's the answer for question 1? A, right?
A.
Good. Question 2, which of the following is a disadvantage to face-to-face communication? A problem to face-to-face communication? What's a problem to face-to-face communication? It takes too much time. What? It fails to encourage cooperation. The problem to face-to-face communication, no.
No. B.
It is wrong. Face-to-face communication encourages cooperation because we agreed to have this conversation. So it encourages communication. The problem is about negative body language, which creates barriers.
So it's
Face-to-face communication, when there's negative body language, there's barrier. When I see that you're not listening to me, when I see that your countenance is not showing that you are cooperating with me, then there's a problem. It's a problem. So it is negative body language which may create barrier. That's question 2. Question 3. Is it clear now, please?
question 3 is B, A.
I've not read question. I've not read question 3. They said, which of the following is an example of upward communication? The board of directors addressing the shareholders, the board of directors addressing all employees, a supervisor asking an operative if they can work overtime, a purchasing officer teaching a new recruit how to complete a requisition form. Which one is upward communication?
So I was reading the question 3. I get confused.
Where are you now?
I am in question 3.
So which one is upward communication?
Upward.
Upward communication.
Upward B for the employee.
The board of directors addressing upward communication.
Down to up.
Yeah, bottom to top.
Asking C.
A supervisor asking an operative if they can work overtime. Asking a supervisor. A supervisor is at the top. That is downward.
D.
A purchasing officer teaching a new recruit how to complete a requisition form. They are in the same level. That is horizontal.
What's A?
Yeah, it's A. The board of directors addressing the shareholders. Which of the following is most likely to require written communication? Requires written communication. Written communication, what?
D.
Asking a colleague for a very urgently needed piece of information. A job interview, inviting a job applicant for an interview, informing staff of an end of month meeting. Asking a colleague for a very urgent needed piece of information. Yes, D. Good. So that ends chapter 16. Thank you.